And assistant manager wise, now you have your man in. Tell us a bit about him, really.
Yeah, look, it was we didn't want to make a rash decision in terms of, because it's such an important role anyway, but it was such an important role for me, being a young manager, and I want to learn and I want to make sure that I'm guiding and steering the club in the right direction, and so on. So I knew it had to be a certain type for me. Now I spoke to Steve, if I couldn't have got Harty out of Leeds when I took Harty, then Steve would have got the job. As it was, I got a fantastic relationship with Paul, and that's why we went for him. So now when it came out, I immediately went to Gary and said, look, this is the one, and because obviously Gary's done his research on the first time about it. It was an easy one. Now I left it open a little bit because I met some good people and chatted to them about the role and things, but I always needed a specific one. I needed experience. I felt experience, someone who's been experienced of managing, because unless you're in a manager role, I don't think you can truly know what it takes to be one. I wanted a very good coach. Artie was a good coach. He didn't do a lot in terms of coaching wise because he wasn't on the grass as much, but he's an excellent coach, Artie, and so is Steve. From his FA background before he does, he's a fantastic coach. And then a real good football person who knows our environment, and he knows me and so on. So someone I can trust, someone that's very good, very experienced, and that will lighten the load of myself and Joaquin and people like that, because Joaquin works tirelessly in terms of the hours he does, and he's he wants to coach and things, but he'll take the load off myself, Joaquin, in and out of the office. So it's a very, very good appointment. It's one I thought long and hard about, but one that, if I'm honest, for the calibre and for I know him, it's an easy decision.
How did you first come across him? Did you work with him at all in the past, or how did you sort of know of his?
Well, when I had my year at non-league at Merthyr, just before I came to Luton, he was the Yeovil manager actually. He tried to sign me. Then I'd never come across him really until then. Until I moved to Yeovil myself. I was doing my coaching badges and so on, and he was my coach educator. So being a coach educator and knowing what I did, I chatted a lot away from it, and then I got to know him away from football. So I've known him for probably 11, 12 years now. Real good football man, excellent experience. Has done obviously the manager's role, a coach's role, an assistant manager's role at some real big clubs, Panathinaikos, FC Roda, and been in Belgium also. So knows the role, but also is a fantastic coach, an experienced coach. So he will supplement our group very well. We have a young manager, or youngish, inexperienced manager, and myself, but I'm learning fast. We have a fantastic first team coach that's innovative, that's forward thinking, that's ambitious, that wants to do well in his career. So Steve supplements that very, very well, and he'll be a help for me, but he'll also be a help for the environment and also Joaquin.
I say he brings a lot of global experience, doesn't he? So you said he's worked out in Belgium. Has he worked anywhere else in the country at all? Or?
Yeah, he's worked in Holland, he's worked in Belgium, obviously worked in Greece with Panathinaikos, who was probably the second biggest club in Greece. So big game matches and things, and he's also a student of the game because he's worked for the FA, he's worked for UEFA, and doing a lot of things, reports on teams and so on. Studied football, gone out and done seminars and speaks and speeches and also studies at different FAs and associations and so on. Then obviously hosted a lot for the FA at St George's Park and so on. He was one of my coach educators. He led the pro license, he's led the A license. So the experience he has is phenomenal. It's vast. So not just as an assistant manager, but as a human, as a football person, as an educator, as a developer. It's a wonderful appointment, and short of still keeping Paul, but it gives us something totally, well, not totally different, but it gives us different sort of strings to our bow, and we're delighted to have him. We really are.
I guess it allows you now to concentrate. I mean, because you're doing a lot more extra weight, I think, when Paul left, so you can concentrate on back on your job again now.
Of course, and we all were. We all pulled together, and it was important that we all, and the environment has governed that. It was a good environment, so we got away with it. Results have been good since Paul has left. because the environment has just ticked on, and we're a big believer in our environment and our culture. So it hasn't been a massive appeal. Well, it has been a massive appeal, because it's surprising how much impact Paul had on the club and on the environment. Now we're looking for Steve to do that. So we've managed to batten down the hatches while he's gone. Now we can do that, and it allows me to go back and manage the club now, because as I said, a lot of things was taken. I was having to help Joaquin out a little bit. Joaquin was doubling up his efforts, like he does, because he's a tireless worker, and so the other members of staff, Kevin and Pete and Jared and so on. Now we're back to our full quota, so now we can go full steam ahead.